Hi everybody, thank you for watching. Today I'm just going to talk about some of the products that I've really been enjoying. Some are really hidden gems that I recently discovered within the last 6 weeks or so that I've just kind of been playing around with, and others have been old faithfuls of mine that I am always grabbing every time I'm at a drugstore or Sephora or otherwise, and I just thought it would be fun to share because I'm having fun putting some of these products out there for all of you to check out. So if you want to see some of the things I incorporated today, then I hope you keep watching. I have talked about this product once before, but I thought I'd mention it again. This is the Vita Liberata Body Blur. I buy the shade Latte, but what I like about it is that it almost serves as like a CC cream. So I'm getting older and I'm starting to see some of that discoloration from the sun. And when I apply this all over my chest or even parts of my face, like it actually does a really nice job blurring it out. I also like the fact that it washes off because I work out a lot and I love spray tanning. I made this whole page about spray tanning, so it's definitely a part of my life for sure, but it transfers a lot when I'm sweating all the time. So I like that I could shower when I get home and this comes off and everything's even and I'm back to my natural color, but it's perfect for a night out. So I wanted to share this one first. This next one I've been using for a couple years now. I originally bought, this is the Dior Air Flash Spray Foundation. I originally bought this a couple years ago. I was working with a photographer out of Chicago and we were doing some really cool stuff, but I had some areas like on my body that I wanted to cover up, and I feel more comfortable with like an aerosol than using a brush and trying to have it match because you can kind of get closer or move farther away. So this was originally for my body. I've since learned how to incorporate it, and I will do a video eventually of my foundation process, but I do mix it in with my foundation at times, and it really does give me like a gorgeous airbrush finish without having to necessarily use an airbrush gun. You could also carry it with you. I bought this at Sephora, but I have bought them as well at Saks and Nordstrom. So I know high-end department stores that have Dior counters also carry it. So it's totally worth it. This is a good shade for me when I'm tan, so I did use a little bit of it today. This is 4W0, but they have a whole spectrum of shades and I love it. It's really awesome. There's also a brush that comes with it. I do recommend using that no matter what you're using it for. That kind of just goes along with it. So I have talked about this product on my YouTube channel. This is the Wet n Wild Loose Highlighting Powder. I'm a big fan of the loose powders. I know Jaclyn Hill came out with some last year and I missed the boat. So I didn't get a chance to scoop those up before they were sold out. And I was really sad because I love what she does. She puts great stuff out there. So this has been kind of like the backup and it's awesome. So I don't want to label it that and not give it credit for what it is. You can put this all over your body. This also works for me no matter if I'm tan or fair, and it really makes my complexion look nice. The only downside I would say is that it doesn't keep that shimmer long term. So some of the higher end, I have a Dior one that I really like. There's a couple other brands that I think are really, really solid, and that pigment holds true for as long as you need it to wear. But this is really nice. I mean, just for everyday makeup, I've really enjoyed having it. So I buy the shade, I think this is called Mega Glow, but I've bought this everywhere. I've bought it at CVS, Target, Walmart, you name it. If I see it, I try to buy it because I got scared at one point that they were going to discontinue it, and I wanted to snatch up as many as possible because I carry it everywhere. Every time I travel, it's in my makeup bag. If I'm doing other people's makeup, it's in my bag. I've put it on my eyes before, my lips before, so it's a great multi-use product that I would highly recommend, and it's cheap. This new brand, I don't know how new it is, but I just discovered it within the last month. I think I purchased my first order with them Black Friday, and I'm obsessed. So first, the name of the brand is called Beauty Creations. I think they're based out of Mexico, which is, I love that. I love trying different things from different parts of the world. These lashes remind me a lot of the Lily lashes, and they're super affordable. So I bought these Beauty Creations. They were like, I swear they were like $5 or something. So these are the 3D silk lashes. This lash is called Woke, but I bought like 10 pairs because I couldn't even believe how inexpensive they were. I do trim them because my eye is not quite that big, but they're perfect. I think they wear really well. I'm wearing a pair right now, and I trimmed them and kind of placed them towards the ends of my eye. And then I purchased a loose glitter from them as well. I did use this on my eyes today, but not much. I usually apply like a little jelly, and then it's super shock glitter, but I wanted this to be a little bit more subtle, so I didn't use that technique. But the glitters are also super nice, so I would definitely recommend checking out their page. They just launched their whole eyebrow collection, which of course I had to scoop up as quickly as I saw it. I set an alarm on my phone as soon as those launched so that I didn't miss out. Also very inexpensive. They have some really cool stuff that I'm so excited to try once it comes in, but I definitely recommend checking them out. I'm gonna show you a couple lipsticks. These have been go-tos of mine for the last few years. So the first one that I'll share with you is so sad because it's discontinued, and I'm trying to find the next best thing. I just ordered a couple more from the same line to see if I could get something to match it, but I was so sad when I found out it was discontinued because it's perfect. I love it. It just embodies me in so many ways. So that color is the Tom Ford lip color in number 66, which is Paper Doll. I mixed that with another color from them today, but it is a cooler toned Barbie pink. I think it looks really beautiful if you line your lips by itself. It also looks great, don't get me wrong. I just like to make my lips look bigger, so I like to line them and then pop that on top. I don't know why they got rid of it, but I will be honest, I had never seen it before prior to a trip I had in New Jersey 2 years ago. I was at the Short Hill, I think is the name of the mall, and I was at the Sephora there, and they had all these brands in there that like typically I don't see in Sephora here in Cleveland, Ohio, or even the surrounding areas. So I picked it up immediately. I've since ordered it online a bunch of times, and I just went to place a new order and found out it was gone, so that was really sad. But I will find a dupe if it's the last thing I do. I just recently did a huge swatch, and I did find one that was pretty similar, but not quite perfect with how much pigment is in these Tom Ford colors. So the next one is Indian Rose. This one still is available. This is a really, really nice color. This is like the backbone of my lip right now. So on the inside, you're gonna see a gloss that I'm gonna share in a minute and Paper Doll. But on the outside, that depth is definitely coming from this Indian Rose. I've been using this since 2017. It's a great color. It goes with everything. I wear it with everything. Every time I go to Starbucks, I get complimented on it. It's really awesome. I highly recommend it. These are pretty expensive, but you don't need much because the pigment's so strong. So you're not going back and forth trying to build anything. It really comes out very thick and it lasts. So totally worth it there. The next color is a new one to my MAC lip collection. I have been collecting MAC lipsticks for as long as I can remember. They were the first makeup exposure I really ever had and just fell in love with. So I have a whole bunch of shades, and I was very picky initially with which colors and the family of colors that I was gonna play with. But I've since started to branch out because I pay close attention when I do watch shows or things like that for colors that I find really attractive on other girls, and I'm like, I gotta find something like that. So I was watching Selling Sunset and noticed that it looked like when all the girls were being interviewed, they were wearing a color kind of like this, which I will swatch these in another video, but New York Apple. So I'm going to show it really quickly because the name is a little bit deceiving, but it's a frosty color, and it has like a pinky, like definitely a cooler toned red. It's buildable, so it doesn't come on as like intense as Russian red or some of the other ones, but it's so pretty, and I felt like I figured out what those girls were wearing, even if it's wrong. It's really pretty. This also pairs well with almost everything. It makes the whole face look bright and happy. I'm a big fan. So that is MAC New York Apple. And then the last color that I popped on today is this Lime Crime Diamond Crushers. The texture of this is really nice. I love a thick gloss. Mac did away with some really thick glosses a few years ago and it killed me inside. If I would find them at like discount beauty stores, I would pick them up so fast. I didn't even care what color they were because they wore so well. I used to be a bartender and I could wear that lip gloss for 4 hours, no joke. It was my go-to. It had pigment. Anyways, I don't want to get too wrapped up in that. But anyways, the texture reminds me a lot of that. Now, I just started wearing this really recently. So because I'm working from home, like a lot of times I don't need to have like super heavy gloss on or anything like that, but testing it for a night out, I mean, I thought it wore pretty well and very similar, not quite as thick, which for other people who didn't care for that might like. And this is the shade Summer. So it would be cool if I just did like a liner and then threw this on because it has a lot of color to it as well, really pigmented. The last thing I wanted to talk about today are these lashes that I found. I was doing some random shopping at Walmart on like a Sunday and I saw these lashes and I thought, wow, I love how curly those ends look. And they were like $3.18 or something. So I was like, I'm gonna try it because those are cheap and I like the way they look. And if that works, then this is gonna be my new go-to. Unfortunately, the only place you can buy them is at Walmart and they do not sell them online. So it would be something that you'd have to actually go into store to find. But these are the Lash DNA by Salon Perfect. I don't know, I got confused because they actually have different styles based on the shape of your eye. These are good for downturned eyes or prominent eyes, which is interesting, but as you can see, those are the two different eye shapes and it does look really great. I'm not wearing those today, but I have, and I absolutely love the way that they look. So I highly recommend them, even if it's just based on the price. They're a good set of lashes. They're really thick. They remind me of the Demi Wispies, except they have a little bit more prominence. So they're a little thicker, a little stiffer, I guess, but also they just look a little bit more voluminous. So I'm a huge fan and I hope you can find them at a Walmart near you. So those are a few beauty favorites of mine. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you jotted down a couple new things to check out. Totally worth it. They're tried and tested. I definitely go through makeup. If you saw what my room looked like and all of the collecting that I do, you know that I'm going through this stuff and making sure it's worthwhile before I'd share it with anybody. So hopefully you all enjoyed and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.